I often hear, including on my last video, the sentence, "My fate and my story or my existence is hopeless and there can be no help. I have tried everything." Such a statement is misleading on several levels, in my opinion fundamentally wrong, and requires deeper consideration in order to expose the misguided path that those affected are on. First of all, the idea of fate itself is a concept that was created by people to explain the unpredictable and often chaotic aspects of life, especially all of the miserable strokes of fate that we consider to be accidents, illnesses, divorces, job losses, and much more are all part of it. If we assume that our fate is fixed and that no changes are possible, we rob ourselves of the power to shape our own lives. Why am I making trees of memory? To refute precisely this statement. I also thought that everything was over and done with after my partner's suicide. There's nothing left except my guilt and my imminent end because I have no more strength and don't want to live anymore. If your statement were essentially true, trees of memory wouldn't exist today, and I would have been dead since 7 years. Why do so many people think I'm an exception? I'm not a child prodigy or a saint. The change I brought about can be made by anyone, really anyone. And I admit that the ignorance and denial of this irrefutable fact makes me really fucking angry. I understand that you feel like you have no more energy, but to claim that there is nothing more that can be done for you, especially that you can do for yourself, is ridiculous. You just can't see it at the moment, for whatever reason, and you simply haven't tried everything, just what your health insurance company might have offered you. But have you been to India or South America and met with healers? Have you looked into spiritual perspectives that help you see things differently? Have you ever been to a medium? Have you consulted a specialist for your condition? There are thousands of measures, whether scientifically verified or not, that can help. Sometimes it is just the power of your own thoughts and strength, which you are rejecting at this moment, or have long since locked away. On a practical level, life is full of countless possibilities and twists and turns. What seems hopeless today can be completely changed tomorrow by an unexpected encounter or a new thought. Sometimes it is a conversation or an event that opens your eyes. Sometimes it is an idea. There are thousands of biographies that prove this. There are so many people, maybe even you, who are watching this right now, who have caught me crying and were desperate and didn't want to live anymore, who told me every day, "No, I can't," and are now hopping through life in good order again. I myself couldn't go on in September 2016 either. Then the idea of trees of memory came. Give me one reason why you rule out the possibility of your life changing again and turning out for the better. I only know one reason. Because you have given up, and because deep down in your heart you no longer want it, and therefore nothing can reach you anymore. The course of events is never static. It is a constant flux. Our perception of hopelessness is often a snapshot influenced by our current emotional state. And yes, it is the hell if that moment has lasted for 5 years. In my journey through life and contact with countless fates, I have learned that human resilience is an immeasurable force. People who are in the darkest hours of their lives often have the amazing ability to get back up again, inspired by a small act of kindness, a word of comfort, or the simply thought of better days, a vision, the rekindled belief in oneself, and sometimes the imperatively needed kick in the butt from outside. Hope, the infinite force at the center of your own universe that guides you through life, may be hidden or weak, but it is never completely absent. On a spiritual level, it can be argued that the thought of a hopeless fate underestimates the depth of the human spirit. Many philosophical and spiritual traditions teach us that life is a cycle, full of lessons and opportunities for growth. Difficulties and suffering are often the catalysts for inner transformation and deeper insight. Often they are the universe's drastic tools designed to show that you have been on the wrong track for some time and that urgent action is needed. By facing these challenges, rather than accepting them as a final judgment, we open ourselves to new dimensions of self and the world around us. Another essential point is the human connection and the network of support that surrounds us, even if we are not always aware of it. No one is an island, and often help can be found in unexpected places and from unexpected people. Help may not always come in the form we expect, but it is often there if we are willing to see and accept it. Ultimately, believing in a hopeless fate is a type of self-abandonment that does not correspond to reality. Life is complex, unpredictable, and often overwhelming, but it is also full of potential, change, and the immense capacity of the human spirit to adapt and grow. Instead of despairing, we can remember that every day brings a new opportunity, and that even in the deepest darkness there is a hot spark of light. You are simply too far away to see it. But it is up to you to move or stand still and wait for death.